comes open males heat number 2. Remember, these guys are just below the top 15. They're looking to break their way into that top heat and possibly maybe even sneak their way into a top 7 position, which will be the final. In lane number 1, 2 dudes and a brick wall. Lane 2, the pure guys. Lane 3, Eskom Sapush Press. Lane 4, Leo Bros. Lane 5, CrossFit Damascus. Lane 6, Red X B Spun. Lane number 7, Blacksmiths. Lane number 8, Top Gun Casual Training. Lane 9, CFA Staffies. Lane 10, Josie East Masters plus Pumba. Lane 11, Samson Lions. Lane 12, Blood, Sweat and Beers. Lane 13, Swell Team 6. Lane 14, Twanaha Amigos. Lane 15, 3 Boykies from Josie. On your screen now, 3 Boykies from Josie, as well as Taniwa Amigos. Remember, they got those toes to bar. Keep an eye out on the top 5 of this heat. They could possibly find themselves in a top 15 position for that cardio workout. And that cardio workout will decide whether these teams will make their way into the final later on this afternoon. And man, what an awesome little race we had here with CrossFit Kyalami. Kyalami Chaos Squad and AB and J. It was nice to see. It came down to that final handstand walk where Ron Potgieter just showed pure class there. 1 foot down and back he went, opening up a nice little lead, enough for his team to hold on to it and take the win. As these athletes now all on round number 1. Everyone looking nice and fresh still. Remember, both hands need to cross that blue line at the top of the rope. And I can tell you now, if you see any athletes at the moment on your screen that is struggling, they are going to have a hard time when there's still 8 minutes left in this workout. And it looks like lane 1, lane 2, as well as, I'm assuming, lane 5. So 2 dudes, a brick wall, the pure guys, CrossFit Damascus, Red X B-Spun, Beer-Spun. Lane number 3, Eskom Sapush Press. All right, lane number 1 and lane number 3. Lane number 3, your current leaders, Eskom Sapush Press, and lane number 1 in second place, 2 dudes on a brick wall. As we've seen in the previous heat, as well as the scale division, those handstand walks have been the determining factor for the leaders and who wins each heat. At the moment, it looks like lane number 1 are your top dogs here, 2 dudes and a brick wall. Don't see anyone else there. And it looks like 3 Boykies from Josie that were just on your screens there now. As well as lane 14, the Migos. Lane 1 onto those toes to bar now. But remember, there was a blistering pace for your current overall leaders. That is Kyalami Chaos Squad. And just looking at the tempo here of lane number 1, that is 2 dudes and a brick wall. They are slightly behind, so they will most likely not get the reps that Chaos Squad got earlier on. But they could possibly walk away as your heat winners here. As we were 3 Boykies from Josie. He's making his way slowly but surely through the handstand walks, making sure that he gets there. Final line, and he's over. as we get back into the action here with the top three teams. The Pure Guys, Eskom, Push Press, Leo Bros, CrossFit, Damascus. And that burpee bar muscle up in round number 2. They got 8 reps to complete here. And then they're going to move into round 3. Remember, round 3 becomes its own mini little AMRAP. So the remaining time, once you're in round number 3, you're going to repeat round number 3 as many times as you can. And that's going to consist of 16 toes to bar, 8 bar muscle-ups, 4 legless rope climbs, 28 buddy deadlifts, and then 30-meter handstand walks. And this is shared. Remember, it's 15 meters one way, 15 meters back. That is 1-5. And lane number 1, it looks like they are still your leaders at the moment. They got about a 1 rep lead or 2 rep lead at the moment over the rest of the field. Struggling to get up there, but he gets up there. Bit of a favored arm there on the flare. You want to try flare those elbows nice and high. And both these athletes starting to take strain, and you can see that they're starting to favor one side and chicken winging. Got to be very careful with that. Don't want to hurt that rotor cuff. Still a couple of workouts left. Lane 1 and lane 5. Your current leaders. Lane 5 is CrossFit Damascus, and lane 2 in the mix here now as well, the Pure Guys. But your current leaders with about a 2 rep lead at the moment. That is lane number 1, 2 dudes and a brick wall. My man, yeah, sporting a Viking hairstyle. Lane 1, still the leaders. Waiting to see where lane number 5 is. And it looks like lane number 5. Okay, so lane 1, clear leaders. Lane 5 has fallen back on those deadlifts. Lane 2 in the mix here. And then on your screens currently is lane number 12. That is blood, sweat, and beers. And here comes lane number 1, your current leaders, but not too far behind. See there, just at the back of the screen there, was lane number 2, the Pure Guys, starting to eat into that lead that lane number 1 has. That is 2 dudes and a brick wall. We might just have another exciting one here with a close finish with 2 minutes remaining. And lane number 1 starting to open up the lead again. It looks like the Pure Guys in lane number 2 started falling off a little bit there on their handstand walks. As you can see, yeah, here he comes now. And they're now onto those toes to bar. Healthy little lead here at the moment for lane number 1. As we watch lane 13, Swole Team 6, moving on to their handstand walks with 90 seconds remaining. Lane 1, 2, and 3 all battling it out, but I think lane number 1 have a big enough lead to hang on to for the last 1 minute 15 seconds. Eskom's push press. Final minute here. And it looks like lane number 2, I might be completely mistaken here, but it looks like lane number 2 might just jump into the lead here because they have caught up to lane number 1. Lane number 1 really struggling with those bar muscle ups. But out there in lane number 3, Eskom's push press, they also battling it out now for that number 1 spot. It's going to be interesting. We're going to have to go to judges' scorecards to actually see who walks away with the heat win here. I do feel that Chaos Squad, Kailami Chaos Squad did walk away with the overall win with only 20 seconds remaining. And lane number 2, your new leaders here, with 10 seconds remaining. And it looks like lane number 2 will take this heat. And that is correct. Lane number 2, the Pure guys, they just snuck into the lead there. Lane 1 really struggled with those synchronized bar muscle ups, and that opened up the door for lane number 2, the Pure guys. They walked away with that heat win. Great stuff here. Remember, hit that subscribe button, like the video, and then hit the bell notification so you know exactly when we are posting our next video. My name is Jason Viking Friedman, and we are covering the battle here at Monte Casino. You're watching a It's Happening production. We'll be catching you guys in just a bit.